All right, what's going on, YouTube? Did I have a voice crack? All right, what is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another Street Fighter V video. Yeah, Street Fighter V. We don't do much of that around these parts. What I wanted to do today is I wanted to talk about how to train. And I'm going to be honest, we've talked about these concepts on the channel before, but I'm going to use a specific example that I want to work on for my own practice and for my own training and improvement, and kind of just walk you guys through one of the strongest strategies to implement in training mode to practice getting your muscle memory down. Getting the reps in, getting the muscle memory in is when the rubber meets the road. Like theory fighting, that's all fine and dandy, but you really cannot do anything with that knowledge if you don't practically apply it. So that's what I'm going to be demonstrating today and trying to learn something myself. What do I want to learn about for my own sake is I want to optimize my V-shift punishes, because this is something that I gotta be honest, I haven't grinded out as much as I could have. Basically, the opponent can wake up and do V-shift and avoid your meaty throws and avoid meaty options and escape, but there are ways certainly to punish V-shift mid-screen, and I don't have those totally memorized, and I don't have those optimized, and I don't have those ready at my fingertips. So I'm gonna go through how to set up situations to practice, and then I'm gonna practice them myself, and then show a training drill to go ahead and make sure that I have this like reflexively without even thinking. The goal is to have your responses reflexive, so you don't have to spend too much brain power thinking about it. It just comes to your hands naturally. So first thing I got to do is I want to test a situation like if I got a knockdown on Alex here and he quick rises and I go for a meaty throw, what happens if he V-shifts away from me? So I'm going to set up the situation here first. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through these settings in training mode. I'm going to have him guard after first attack. I want his recovery to be normal recovery, because that's the immediate get off the ground option. And I'm going to have counter off a normal and no stun, because I don't need to have him get stunned. And this is a setup I already know works, right? This is a setup I have with Raw, where if I get this knockdown, I know if they quick rise and I dash up, I can throw them and they're forced to tech or backdash. If they press buttons, I'm going to beat their buttons. So I'll go ahead and demonstrate. First, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to record some wake up actions. Here's where you can record many different options for the dummy to do things on wake up, meaning when they get off the ground. So I'm going to go ahead and record Alex pressing his fast jab there. So now that I recorded that, it's in my recording slot 1, I can play that back. So if I go to my set wake up actions here, I can turn on recording slot 1. And when he wakes up, he's going to do the jab. So here I can show you that my throw setup works. It beats his jabs. So that's just a little proof of concept there that what I'm talking about actually makes sense. So I can also do like dash up meaty on this, something of that nature, right? What I really want to lab against is what happens if he does wake up V-shift. Wake up V-shift. If I do a meaty, it's going to activate and he could do the V-break potentially. And if I do meaty throw, he's going to escape. So I'm trying to figure out what options do I potentially have if I go for meaty throw. What can I do? Because it even says right there, I'm +9, +10. So I want to figure out what I can do if I go for meaty throw and they V-shifted. Because if I'm in the corner, it's pretty simple. You can just react and then press like a medium. You get a counter hit. So this is pretty easy to react to on the fly. Because you're so squished up and against them, you don't have to worry about spacing or anything of that nature. Unfortunately, when you're mid-screen and you go for throw, because that's like the safe pressure option, yeah, I can do a medium, it looks like, but I can't get the full combo conversion. So I can't really do the same idea as I do in the corner. So if I want to optimize that, get the most out of it, what can I do here? So first off, let's just try things, right? Let's just see what we can do here. So I'm going to set up the same situation and just kind of go from there. So I'm going to do knockdown. Okay, I think that works. He might not be blocking after. I got to double check. Yeah, he's not blocking after. So this is one of the downsides with using the after first attack option. Sometimes they don't go back to guarding like you would want to. So let's record a guard recovery action to set up this scenario. So I have Alex now pressing his jab after blocking a move. So I'm going to use this and have the dummy on guard all, which should ensure that, after he does an action, he's going to guard. If I do a block string now, he's going to press a button. So I'm going to use this to set up this scenario just for convenience. I would never do this in a real match, but I'm just setting this up for training mode convenience. So now I have a situation where the dummy is always blocking the first move, and he's going to do V-shift on wake up. Okay, light kick upper seems to work. If I do meaty throw, then immediate light kick upper, that seems to work. Medium kick upper, I don't know, that looks too slow. So let's see what else we can do. Okay, sweep reaches, that's good. Fierce punch doesn't reach. Or I can do crouching medium punch. So point blank throw, if I get a point blank throw that's meaty, looks like this seems to be a pretty good option to me. I also have V skill 2 here, so I can probably like do some options with this V skill 2. Yeah, that's pretty good. For the most part, I wouldn't be keeping charge there, so having V skill 2 in a scenario like this activated could give me a really big reward. For those who don't know the V skill 2, what does that do? It lets you do charge moves without having to keep charge. So I don't need to be holding back before I do the dash punch. So it gives me more flexibility in how I punish things. So I don't have to be holding back and then do dash punch. I can just go dash punch, right? So let's see what else we can do. If there's anything else that's better. Yeah, raw EX straight with V skill 2 will punish. It's -10, so I don't think dash punch will work. Regular dash punch, I think that's more of a... I think that's like an 11 frame startup if I remember correctly. Oh, that's in time. Okay, cool. Light dash straight is 10 frame startup, right? So that adds up perfectly. But I would say the best options I see here so far, because we kind of got the idea, I would probably do crouching strong to upper. That seems to be the best option. It doesn't require V skill 2, or for V skill 2 to be active, doesn't require a charge. It's pretty good damage. If I'm using V skill 2, this also gives me an opportunity to set up a charge. So that's a great punish, and if I have meter available, I can go into the super. So this seems really good. And this is definitely not something that I'm doing in a match currently. I'm not that aware, but people do like a wake up V-shift on my meaty throw. I'm not really ready for that. So those are all really good options. So I think I want to focus on doing crouching strong to upper as my punish here. So now that we got the one punish, here's the important part. It's all fine and dandy to say, yeah, if I, if I knock down Alex and I do meaty throw and he V-shifts, I do that. It's easy to say in a vacuum. What's difficult about this is that they have many options that they can do on Wake Up. It's a two-player game. So the hard part is being prepared for when all these variables line up. So how do you practice setting up the situation so that you can react and respond appropriately in a more realistic environment? So what's great about Street Fighter V training mode is that you have many Wake Up actions you can set, and you can turn multiple on at once. Let me just show you, for example, just with 2 on. So some of the time he's going to do Wake Up V-shift, and some of the time he's going to do Wake Up jab, right? It's random. So the whole point of this is that you want to set multiple Wake Up actions, and then you have to practice reacting appropriately based on what the dummy does. So we have Wake Up jab, Wake Up V-shift. You can also just do, Wake Up throw tech. Another option is Wake Up backdash, or an option is Wake Up jump back, something like that, right? Or maybe instead of Wake Up jump back, we'll do Wake Up neutral jump. So here's where it becomes like a real drill to practice to make sure that you have everything down. Record those 5 different options and turn them all on. Now, I was genuinely trying to react to V-shift with the punish, and I missed it already. This is where you start drilling in the muscle memory so that you can identify the situation fast and have the appropriate response. So I'm just going to try to react to the V-shift and punish. So there was backdash. If he backdashes my meaty throw, he's essentially out of the situation. So on backdash, he has less recovery, and therefore I can't do that same punish. So if I try to do this on the backdash and just cancel into the upper, I'm gonna get punished for it. It's not a good option to do. So I need to actually react to the blue flash, and I can't just see the backwards movement. That's what makes this a challenge. You gotta respond appropriately. There we go, okay. 1 done. Throw tech. Okay. Now I'm just waiting for the V-shift. That was my other drill. If he neutral jumps, I'm gonna anti-air. So that helps you keep you on your toes, right? Respond appropriately. There you go. Did the wrong combo there, but that's the idea. I had the appropriate punish when he finally V-shifted. I mean, this is just the boring part. Just practice your muscle memory. So still just waiting for that V-shift moment. Now, as long as I'm not doing the inappropriate response, it's still a success, right? I'm not going to that upper unless he does the V-shift, and if he's jumping, I'm doing the anti-air. So these have all been successful attempts at recognizing the situation. Well, it's really not giving me the V-shifts. There we go. That took like an extra 15 attempts. It's 1 out of 5 chance, but it took like 15 attempts. And there, I was ready to get the actual punish. So this really helps reinforce that recognition and muscle memory. So that was all a great drill. So this is an offensive drill. The same sort of philosophy applies defensively or in neutral and reacting to the opponent doing things. And it doesn't stop there for offense, because this is all in a vacuum. He could do back recovery if he wanted to, right? And if he does back recovery, this whole setup doesn't even work. If he does back recovery and wakes up jab, I'm smoked. So there's another layer to this that I didn't even bring up yet, is reacting to which way they tech. I need to only do the throw in this setup if they quick rise. If they do back rise and I whiff my throw, I could die. So this is what makes Street Fighter difficult, is that they can adjust their techs. They also have this great option that says randomly perform a recovery when knocked down. If you select this option, it'll always do a quick rise or always do a back roll. Now, what I want to do is only do the meaty throw if he quick rises, on top of all the stuff I'm already trying to drill. So because he back rolled there, I didn't do the throw. I'm doing a meaty with a button if he back rolls. And there I did the meaty throw. I almost wasn't ready for that backdash. So this makes it way more difficult. See, I messed up right there. Missed time my meaty on the back roll. All right, I saw the back roll there. Saw the back roll there. Saw the quick rise, so I went for the throw. So now basically I'm waiting for that. Not only do I have to wait for specifically quick rise versus back roll, I have to see the quick rise. Then I have to also see what he does after the quick rise. You want to have the appropriate response for all of these situations combined: quick rise and back roll, and all the many options on wake up. So it's a great way to drill your offensive options. The main idea with this video is add all these variables together. Don't practice doing something in a vacuum. Practicing doing something in a vacuum is good for theory fighting, for understanding the mechanics of the game and making sure your strategy makes sense. But then you need to try to add more variables so that you can select between the available options and react appropriately. And if you do that enough, when it comes time for a real match, it's going to be almost mechanical. When you finally do that meaty throw and their quick rise, they V-shift out of there and you get the huge punish for the win. It's going to feel great because you know that you drilled that option and you're not going to panic and drop the ball and be like, damn, coulda, shoulda, woulda, right? That's all I had for this video. If you learned something about how to train, if you feel like I might have helped level up your game at least just a little bit, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. It really means a lot to me, helps the channel grow, which I always do appreciate. And that's all I got for this video. That's all I got for you guys. Keep a lookout for the next one, and I'll see you then. Peace.